Okay, this is Carrie Harris. We're going to be talking about performance assessments and classroom assessment decision making. And just bear with me because I have a lot of notes. What is a performance assessment? All right. A performance assessment. Let's see. Sorry, I thought I had my notes in order. Apparently I don't. All right, a performance assessment requires students to create a product or demonstrate a process or both and uses clearly defined criteria to evaluate the qualities of student work. A performance assessment requires students to do something with their knowledge, such as making something, building a bookshelf, producing a report on anything, really, demonstrating processes, and there's many different types of assessments that I've read. There are a lot of advantages for performance assessments, and a few are that, performance tasks clarify the meaning of complex learning objectives. Performance assessment is consistent with modern learning theory. Performance tasks require integration of knowledge, skills, and abilities. You'll be able to tell all these things about your students after you perform these assessments, and it helps you to better yourself as a teacher, and for your students it helps them learn more. That's the whole point of assessing. Performance tasks are broader. They broaden the approach to student assessment. They're linked more closely with teaching activities. Some of the disadvantages for performance assessments is high quality performance assessment are difficult to create. Scoring performance task responses, it takes a lot of time for the teachers to score those. And the scores from the performance task may have lower score reliability. Students, it may take them a while to actually perform those tasks, and then they may not still understand, and you still end up having to help them a little more. Completing performance tasks may be discouraging to those students, and they may not want to do it, or they may not want to take the time to do it. There's just a lot of different things. They may be corruptible, is another thing that I saw. When you're deciding what kind of performance assessment that you want to do on your students, you need to make sure that it incorporates with what lesson plan that you're giving. You want to make sure that you can use it through the whole lesson plan, whereas if you were doing something in English, make sure that you can do that with another subject, such as social studies or something, tied in, so that you're not taking long periods of time to do just one assessment on one thing, and you don't have a whole lot of time in the day to do that. You have to be able to bundle it all together to make it work. It's just a lot of things you have to be able to identify, the objectives that you want to assess. And it says that you need to identify the criteria for the assessment. You have to get all of this ready before you decide whether to assess it or not. Make sure it's the right thing that you want to talk about, or test them on, excuse me. Assessments are a great thing to me because you can better yourself and your students.